eating grapes, but the world is changing. This type of change isn't about growing up. You know, the world is changing on a mass scale. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us has certain ways of thinking that no longer resonate with how the world is now. And the crazy part is, typically people reach a certain age, like their early 20s, they go through a phase, they mid 20s or the end of their 20s or whatever the case may be, or any 30s. People have different points in their lives where they change, and when you become an adult is a different vibe, you know what I'm saying? But this type of change isn't about growing up. This change that we're going through is on a mass scale. This change is not as simple as, oh, we all grown now. This is a spiritual change. This is a reality check. This is something new. Like we're literally at the point where we're turning the corner to something completely new within society. And I said this in another video. I was basically saying, like, it just feels like, and it's not even about coronavirus, even though coronavirus was part of this journey, but it just, in the air, you can feel it in the air. It feels like something is about to happen. I don't know what it is. But more people are waking up. So many people are waking up on a mass scale. People are tapping into spirituality. More people are waking up to narcissism. More people are recognizing the greatness within inside of them, whether they're chosen ones or whether they're starseed or light workers. More people, are caring about the population. So we can look at that and be grateful for that. But then there's a lot of things being exposed, a lot of lies being exposed. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things going on right now. And I honestly think in this moment is the best moment to separate yourself from things that don't resonate with you, to separate yourself from, any toxic behavior, because I feel like we in our last days. Like, I feel like, and not even on like a meteor gonna come down and destroy us or whatever the case may be, but I just feel like when I say last days, I mean last days of what this world has been for a long time. Like a big change is coming, and we are in the middle of it. A big history moment is coming, and we are in the middle of it. Like we are in Judgment Day, damn near. Like right now, it's just so much going on, and it's not like I feel like this is the most unique moment in any of our lives. Just just the feel, just the vibe, just the everything that's going on, the things that are being exposed. I just feel like it's almost like a big divide. It's like, pick a side. You either ride with God or you ride with the liars and the devils and the manipulators and the people who are not following how it should be. Because a lot of people that want to reach a certain point, which that I'm not judging them, because that's been a game for years and years. They say play the game, you gotta play the game, you gotta play the game. So people have been playing the game for years and years, but the game has been toxic. The game has been so toxic. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, if you gotta put your hand on the stove in order to make $1 million, everybody for years has been putting their hand on the stove. But it gets to a point where too many people's hands is gonna get burned. Everybody hand getting burnt. So people get sick of their hands getting burnt. You feel what I'm saying? And now everybody just saying, like, listen, I'm sick of putting my hand on that stove. I'm sick of putting my hand on that stove. I'm sick of putting my hand on that stove. Now you got everybody walking around with birds on their hand, but then you got one people on this side that know about the birds on their hands, and they like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. You feel what I'm saying? I wasn't there, because they still trying to chase the illusion of society. They still trying to chase what our world used to be before everything went on, before Corona, before the narcissistic wake up, before the spiritual wake up, before everything with all of these situations that's out here. with the Kanyes and with the Jew situation with Kyrie Irving and blah blah blah. Like so much stuff is being exposed. So you got that one side that's saying, "Oh, I ain't seen nobody hand get burnt," because they still trying to chase that false reality. And then you got the people on the other side who like, "No, I seen their hand get burnt. We need to expose this. We need to um find out what society really is and find out what society really should be because we've been living in these false beliefs that have been toxic for years and years within family systems, within the government, within these jobs, within our soul. Because that's really the problem. A lot of these things do not resonate with us as individual beings. We have been following so much stuff in society, following celebrities that are just regular people on a large scale on the internet or on the TV or whatever the case may be, following what society have told us to do, following all of these different things. That's all we have been doing, follow and follow. What do? We go on Instagram to do what? Follow. We go on Twitter to do what? Follow. You feel what I'm saying? Following. That's what we have been doing. Following. Where has that got us? Where has that got us? That got us to the point where now everything is being dismantled. But it's like a part of people it's like a side of people, like I said, you gotta pick a side. It's a side of people that's trying to keep it together, and it's a side of people that's trying to expose it and recondition society. Things have to change. We're at the point where these things no longer serve us as a whole. These things are detrimental to our well-being. These things are not healthy. A lot of things that we laugh about, joke about, the politics, the Jamie Foxxes, the Chris Rocks, all of them, they go on stage and they laugh and joke. They get the microphone, they say, "Oh yeah, ha 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 ha, this been happening, this is toxic, this is we sit there and we laugh about the toxic things in our lives. Now, I'm not saying life has to be perfect. But a lot of things that are being dismantled right now, why should we sit around and laugh about it over and over like it's cool? It's cool. Now, don't get me wrong. Laugh at my pain, Kevin Hart, that was fire. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's going to get to a point where stuff is not funny no more. Certain things we've been laughing at for years and years are not funny no more. You feel what I'm saying? It's cool to laugh at them when it's time to laugh, but it's going to get to the point where it's not funny no more. And now it is at the point where it's not funny no more because we started to wake up. We started to recognize that these things are toxic and dysfunctional. These things are bringing us down as individuals. And the only way we can get better as individuals in this society as things collapse is if we tap into everything, go into the roots, figure out why this is happening, figure out as many lies as we can, because I feel like there's too much narcissism out here and you're not going to figure everything out. So you're going to have to tap into as deep as you can into the roots and start from our roots, whatever those are, and build up somewhat healthy lifestyles, not only so we can be consciously aware, but the younger generation can be consciously aware, and then that younger generation could take the information that we got, take us going to the roots, take us working on things, and go to the next generation. That's what we have to do on a large scale. So everybody that's getting scrutinized as a chosen one, everybody that's getting scrutinized as a star seed, as a light worker, everybody who is trying to make people aware, continue to do what you're doing. Because Martin Luther King got scrutinized, Malcolm X got scrutinized, Muhammad Ali, boxer, got scrutinized. And what do now? They idolize them. We're not doing it to be idolized. We're doing it because we here for the greater good. We are here to move things forward. We are not perfect, but we are here for the greater good. And even though they weren't perfect, Martin Luther King wasn't perfect. There was rumors of him cheating on his wife and stuff like that. That's his business. But he did help us move forward. Look how far we came in the racial divide. Malcolm X, look how far we came. Even though he wasn't perfect, all the stuff he been doing. Malcolm X is a rough dude. You feel what I'm saying? Muhammad Ali, but none of us are perfect. But some people are here for the greater good on the inside. And they spread that out, and then we have to do the best we can in order to raise the level of consciousness, help the next generation, help this generation and continue to move forward, because this world is changing right now and it's on a mass scale. But I wanted to just say that. I wanted to rant about that. I wanted to talk about that. I hope this resonate with you. It's your boy Josh Different, mind, body, and soul. I'm different. You different. We different. Subscribe, baby.